Oi, education is very important for everyone. I agree and disagree. I think, though, we have deprived ourselves of communities and villages. Growing up in Kenya, in Africa, there's a lot of communities. You know, you live near your cousins, your uncle, your aunties, or something like that. And then your mom is from a different tribe, and your dad is from a different tribe. Now, each time you go to each tribes, you are in sort of interacting with everyone, and you're learning something new from different type of people. From this uncle, you're learning this. From that auntie, you're learning this. I don't think education uh, is important per se. So writing is important, mathematics is important. All the little things that people could learn from school, such as how to sort of speak for yourself, you know, how to present yourself. Those things are very important. But what we often overlook is that in the Western worlds, there are no more communities. If you teach your kids at home, say sort of like homeschool, your kids only know you and probably their cousins and your neighbors or your friends' kids, and those are the only few people they will interact with. But when a child goes to school to learn, uh, I don't think they're learning as much. Most of the learning, from my experience, was done on the playground, was done at lunchtime when I got to observe other children and how they think, all the way from primary school to high school. Most of my learning was not indoors, bro. I learned how to read and write, yeah, sure. But most of my education was outside, watching other children, watching other kids my age, learning different type of personalities, how this person is and how that person is. How is that person different to me, from me? And I think that's the part of education that is overlooked. How, when we're on the playground, that's where most of the learning takes place. How, when the teacher is on one with you and they're not talking about uh, equations, they're talking about life. That's when most of the learning is done. Education is important for everyone, right? When everyone can interact with everybody. Send your kids to school so they can interact with other kids. That's important. Is arithmetic and English important, or writing? Yes, that shit is important too. But it's not as important as you think. You can go by and survive on this world by just learning from other people, by watching other people, from shutting up and just observing. You can learn a lot about human nature by just watching other people. Education is important for everyone. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe no. You can make it arguments all day. But what happens when the kids are at school, when they are left alone and they can play by themselves and they're learning from people that are their peers on how they see the world, on their perspectives, that's important. From how kids create hierarchies and interact with each other. That's the most important thing, not the writing stuff.